can't really praise somebody for being like a porn star or like a dancer because, oh wow, you know, you get naked for a living and make money. Ooh, it takes so much of your brain. You know what I mean? Like, so my mom died when I was 12, and so she would have flipped out. There's no way I would be dancing today if my mom was still around because there's just no way. She would have made sure that I, like, you know, went to college, and I'd probably be a doctor or something right now. But my dad, I've always been a big daddy's girl, and since my mom died when I was 12, he just kind of let me, you know, he felt so bad for me, he just kind of let me blossom into whatever. You know, he was there for me, but just kind of let things take their course. And when I started dancing, I told him, I was upfront with him about it, and he's okay with it. I mean, he supports it. He wants, you know, he would love for me to find something else to do, because I don't think any father really likes the idea of their daughter taking all their clothes off on stage for men. You know what I mean?
Probably not.
I think every father probably gets a little bit like, you know, like, that's just not right. You know what I mean? Which is totally okay. But he also understands that, and I make it very clear to him that I'm not in there pulling tricks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of girls are in there pulling tricks, doing things that they shouldn't be doing to make their money. And he knows that I'm not in there pulling tricks. And I tell him, you know, he knows that I'm a good girl and that you know, I never get in trouble at work. Like they have their own set of rules for me. Like when I come in, they're like, "Oh, Jenna, it's Jenna. But Jenna does what Jenna does. You know, Jenna goes on stage and Jenna wants to, and because they know that I'm not a troublemaker. I'm always there to help. You know, if somebody is new and they need somebody to walk around with or show the place around, whatever, I'm always nice to everybody. I, you know, try to keep a good par with everybody in the club, and I never get in trouble or do anything. Yeah, I don't even think I could get fired if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I keep pushing it, and I keep testing my manager Justin at times, and he won't. He just won't.
No,
so
Jenna.
my dad knows. He knows I'm a good girl, so he's okay with it for now.
Jenna, getting onto a topic or a note that everybody asks and everybody wants to know, and I'll ask you now. Yeah, every father, every mother hopes and prays that their kids, daughters and sons, pick the right career. Now, let's say, for example, you hadn't gone into being the performer that you are. What do you suppose you would have done? Whether you'd gone to university, college, whatever, what do you think, what would have been your other choice for a career?
You know, my passion since I was a little girl was to be a dolphin trainer. Or marine biologist. Huh? Yeah, dolphin trainer. Yeah.
Really?
Marine biology. But more, marine biology, you know, it's all in the same family as all that, but it was more because you have to have that as a requirement, you know what I mean, in order to be a dolphin trainer. But, yeah, that's probably what I would have stuck with and done if, you know. It's just, God, I hate school. You know what I mean? Like, God, like, because I went to a private school in high school, and my whole life I went to a private school in California, so, in private schools, I always make you pay a lot of money to go there, and the work's always a lot harder than your average public school, you know, like, so I was just always having to do work and learn, and I hate school, so, I don't know, my dad just let me kind of venture off into whatever and see what, you know, how I would, you know, wherever I took myself, and I hate school, so I didn't have anybody there to be like, get your butt to school. But my, that was my passion, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's just, well, I don't live by the ocean, for one.
Trust me, Jenna, you could be doing a lot worse things with your life.
Yeah, and you have a long future ahead of you.
Well, see, and my true talent, actually, I think, is more of, what I should really be doing as a profession is photography and graphic art, because I've been doing photography as a hobby and graphic art as a hobby for, I don't know, a good 12, 15, 13, I don't know, a long time, okay? A long time. And I do it as a hobby, but, like, it's more than that. Like, I have an ex-boyfriend who has a 4-year degree in graphic art, and he occasionally comes to me for ideas, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I use cheesy little programs. If I had, like, actual, like, expensive, you know, programs, I'd probably be making some stuff, you know what I mean? But I'm just really good at graphic art, and I like photography. I'm good at that. I don't know if you noticed, but, like, if you look at my MySpace page or my Facebook or anything like that, the majority of the pictures on my MySpace are all pictures I took myself and enhanced myself.
So what is hampering you? What is hampering you right now from getting more involved with that other passion, the photography and whatnot? Why would you not pursue that as a sideline and maybe go into it more and more, and, you know, make it your career?
That's a good question. I'm thinking that my problem is I just need to get off my butt and pick something already and do it, you know?
Yep.
And I'm still so up in the air about everything. I mean, I'm amazed that I'm 33 years old and I'm still up in the air about what the heck I'm going to do with my life, because I was going to be a nutritionist, and I was going to be an interior designer.
You're not alone, Jenna. There's a lot of people just like you. Don't think that you're alone and that you're the oddball.
Oh, good. Because I thought I was the only one.
Especially when you're good at a lot of things.
When I was in high school, everybody's like, I'm going to be this, and I'm going to be that. And they were like, well, what are you going to be? And I was like, I have no idea. I'm going to be on the lake with a big boat and chilling. I don't know what I'm going to be. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm so confused still, and it's not cool at all.
No,
somebody help me.
It's not that bad, Jenna. If you stop, like, I mean, from Kitty and my point of view, we're on the outside looking in, and I'm hoping Kitty agrees with this. People on the outside looking in, you've been dancing, whether it's good, bad, from anybody's point of view. You've been doing that for a long time. Now, a lot of people don't find their spot in life, in the working side of life, for the majority of their life. Some are lucky and find that spot right away. They go to college or university or whatever it is, and they come out, and I don't know, I mean, I could pick a million careers right now, and my mind's just blank to pick one, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Just because somebody floats through life, so to speak, and doesn't actually pick one thing and want to stick with it, where I'm from, I'm old school, and where I'm from, that's not against the law. It's just you haven't found. Some people go through life and never find a mate, never find a wife or a husband or a boyfriend or a girlfriend steady. Does that mean that they should be shot? No. It just means that they haven't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, maybe not stop it. Maybe they need a time out or something. I'm kidding.
The
Something's
most
wrong with
important
them.
thing, I think the most important thing is that when you're going through life, you have found a variety of potential occupations that can satisfy you, that can fulfill you. So, you know, there will be a time, presumably, in your future when you decide, hey, you know what, I'm getting older and maybe I'm not as athletic as I was when I was younger, so I need to do something else, or I want to do something else, or an opportunity will come along and present itself. But you already have a general idea of what you like and what you don't like.
I agree.
So you're already ahead of a lot of people.
Well, I guess I've seen the vision I have of my future, I guess, is just well, yeah, you know, you're only young for so long, and I've exceeded quite well in the industry that I'm in. You know, not as far as making all the money. You know, I'm by no means a rich person. I could easily be that, but I do have morals, and I do have you know, things that I follow by strictly because I'm not there to rip people off or manipulate them out of their money or get every cent that they have. I'm just there because I'm entertaining people and I want them to have a good time. And that doesn't, you know, necessarily make all the money. But on the other hand, I am one of the, in every club I've ever, and I've worked at a lot of clubs in this town. I've worked at like 13, 14 different clubs in this town, dancing. And once I learned how to start doing pole tricks, like, cause I bought a pole and stuck it in my house and bought a video to teach me the basics, and then I took it from there. And I do have a move where I climb up to the very top, and I just grab the pole with my hands, and I just hang off vertically, just with my hands, and it looks like I'm just sitting there floating, you know, like, and I just do crazy, cool. I don't go upside down. Everybody else goes upside down and slides down. I'll break my neck if I do that. I'm not doing that. But I do hang off and spin around and hover and like stop myself, and I portray a lot of, and I have a great rhythm with my dancing and the songs that I pick, and so I put on like my own. It's like a show, you know. One of my DJs used to choreograph with me and like flash, you know, strobe lights and for, you know, certain moves of the songs. I used to wear like glow sticks on my boots, and it was a crazy time.
Aw, that's cool.
I've always been, and I wanted to, because when I first started dancing, I saw who the top girls were in the club, and who, you know, because every club's always going to have like a top, you know, a top 3 or a top 5 of like, when they walk through the door, they're just hot, you know what I mean? And so I wanted to know what that felt like, and so I just focused on perfection, you know what I mean? Like, I was very persistent about striving for perfection in everything I did when it came to dancing. So I just started, my body was already, that was given to me naturally, but I had to get implant. I got, you know, my boobs done, and then, you know, I got my hair cut differently, and then I had makeup artists do my makeup until I learned how to do it myself, and then I started doing it myself, and then I started, you know, honing in my stage performance and making it more of like a feature, and for years I did this, and I easily maintained top 3, top 5 in any club I ever worked at, period. And I wouldn't take anything but, like, that's how it always was. I always had like, everything had to be perfect. But now you know, now I'm kind of like getting over it. I'm 33. It's like, I'm just like, I'm getting tired. You know what I mean? Like, it's not easy. It's getting a lot harder for me to just pop right back up the next day and do it all over again. You know?
No kidding. No kidding.
But yeah, so but my vision was always, I guess, just to go with it. You're only young one. You know, walk it, you got it. Have fun with it, whatever. Entertain with it. And I guess then I just was hoping some man would fall in love with me and see only me, you know, and make me the center of his world, and then we would have a family and live happily ever after, I guess. But you know what I mean?
It'll happen. It'll happen.
I guess that's why it's called a dream or a fairy tale.
No,
I don't know, because the guys I've been running into lately they're not, yeah, I don't know what in the business of breaking and being rude and mean and cold and just being Vegas. Just,